Today on PlayStation News, Metal Gear Solid Delta is a 1-to-1 remake, Star Wars Outlaws is good but it has issues, more information on PS5 Pro release window and the rumored state of play, the Lies of P sequel could go open world, and more. Let's get to it. Hello friends, welcome back to Hyper Games. My name is Joseph and this is PlayStation News, where we talk about the top PlayStation and gaming stories for the day. Hoping you are doing great, I'm doing great. And I was wondering, in regard to our first story that we're gonna get in a moment, like, what is your preference regarding remakes? Like, we have had recently remakes that are faithful to the original, with The Last of Us, for example, and there's also Resident Evil 4 that shuffle a little bit on the content for the original to try to keep its own identity. But there's like people in favor and against of both. For example, The Last of Us, the biggest complaint was regarding its price and how little it was being improved. It still had improvements in regard to like animations and graphics and all and voiceovers and all of that. But like it didn't have as many differences from the original. And then we have Capcom, that they are like the masters in doing remakes, and we have Resident Evil 4 that it had like the same content, but it shuffled things here and there, and it also put things on the DLC which people didn't like. But overall, I enjoyed both games, and I think I would go for the second one. I would like a remake to have like remix stuff from the original and move things here and there, try to do and improve things from the original. But I also enjoy like the ones that are faithful to the original version of the game. So yeah, let me know what do you think about this in the comments below. And with that, let's get into our first story, which is regarding to the Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta remake, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. So people have been able to play about 90 minutes of the game on recent previews, and this is mostly the Virtuous mission at the very beginning of the game. I'm gonna be reading from Shinobi here, and he posted on Twitter a huge recap of all the main points from the different previews that there have been online. So he starts saying that the development team is like a mix of new talent and the original MGS3 veterans. So we have people from Konami, and we also have people from Virtuos who are helping with this remake. We have producer Noriaki Okamura, who worked on the original game, and also for like the people who has left Konami, like Hideo Kojima and artist Yuji Shinkawa. They were credited in the main sequence of the game. So that's great to hear as well. So overall, it says that it stays true to the original game. Like, if you were hoping for something that changed stuff, like they are not doing that. IGN interviewed Noriaki Okamura, and he said that there was an internal debate of changing the structure of the game. But it would have changed a lot of things, and they would have needed to remake everything from scratch. So they went with the idea of staying true to the original in every way, and improve certain things to bring the gameplay to these modern times. So there's a lot of praise for the visuals, and it runs on Unreal Engine 5, and we have been able to see this in all of the trailers. It looks amazing, and like the cutscenes, and you can zoom on characters, and they have like the real detailed skin and all of that. Like, it says that you could get close enough to a Snake on like cinematics and all of that, and you could see his pores and all of that. Besides that, in terms of performance, it has a fidelity and a performance mode, so 30 FPS and 60 FPS. What else? It also, again, it tries to modernize everything in terms of gameplay, like quality of life updates for things that are useful, and how you switch weapons or how you switch camo, and that's a big thing that you can see here. You can switch the camo now in real time. You can press up in the D-pad and you can switch your camo. What else? There's like, what people have said is that you could play it as a modern over the top shoulder third-person shooter, and the classic MGS3 controls. That's something that Konami has said in one of their previous, like this Konami, this MGS sort of little podcast they are doing, where they are telling stuff about the game. So you could play with the over-the-shoulder camera that they introduced, I believe, with the Subsistence re-release, or you have like the top view camera from the original release as well. So the new controls, what people said is that they create a satisfying illusion of how I remembered MGS3 control, even though it wasn't. Like the transition felt natural, smooth, and fun. One of the things that I heard there is that it was from IGN, like they were comparing like the fight with the Fury in the original, and how you have to react fast for when the Fury moves in the different hallways. But with the original controls, it felt clunky, and now with the improved controls, it feels that like the movement feels so much better than that the guy from IGN wanted to play that section. Like like they weren't able to get into that because it was only the first section, but he wanted to play that fight because like the controls feel like a lot more improved. Again, in terms of characters, they all look fantastic, and they keep their original designs. Now, to get into like the kind of like the negative of the whole previews, it goes so far into keeping the original the same that it also has these different zones. Like it's not an open world or anything like that. It has the same sections, the same areas, and it even does a load effect when you move from one area to the other. Like it's instantly like you get into the next area, and it doesn't have a loading time. But to keep everything the same, they have this fading in between zones that gives you like the title, and that was in the PS2 version, like to load the different scenes and all of that. And because of the technology at that point, like it didn't allow to go for a full open world. So compare, like that's like one of the drawbacks that people have said is that you get these different zones again. And that's good and bad, because we had like the most recent MGS experience from Kojima was MGS5, and you have these open areas that you can get in different ways. So yeah, there's also bad, but it's also good that the game that you know and love, it's still there, and it's in the same. It works in the same way in terms of the different areas. Even like the cutscenes, they used to have a fade to black part that used to transition to another cutscene. Even that they are keeping to have the game be faithful to the original game. What else? So besides the zoning off, like they say that it doesn't reinvent the MGS3 experience. So the personality of the game has not been sacrificed in pursuit of realism. Another thing that is great about that is that, like, without Kojima, they would have been like, I don't think people would have had faith in Konami remaking and changing stuff from the original game. So I think it's better for them to keep it exactly the same. It goes to like everything else, like it has the same areas, it has the same, like, even the same areas that you could climb with the Ivy stuff that Snake could climb. It's also there. Even at the beginning, when you are asked like what game is your favorite, you are also gonna get that, and you can get different masks as well. So what else? There's like there's a few new things in regard to like your new gear. Now you have like a compass to indicate your next goal and all of that. They have, in terms of controls, they have changed, and you now have a dedicated button for diving with triangle, and they also added like you can crouch and move at the same time, which I think it was added to the 3DS version of the game. So yeah, in terms of controls, that's what they have changed, and it feels a lot better. So they are also working on making sure new models, assets are blended in and moved and breathed and reacted in the similar way as possible to the original. The wounds, we have seen the wound system as well, that like you will see every wound, not only in the cure screen but also in Snake's body, and we have also seen like the camo system has some improvements, like you can roll on dirt and it will make you almost invisible to everyone around you. There's also like the real-time codec screen that you can see here, so you can press down on the D-pad and you will have the codec screen go like right there in real time. But there's also like the original codec screen that you would usually have in the game. Now the big question that everyone would like answered is like, when is it coming out? And the PlayStation blog preview ended with Konami told them that they would be announcing the release date before the end of the year. So it will likely be around Tokyo Game Show. We are gonna get the release date. I don't think it's gonna make it to the end of 2024, like there was this video at the beginning of the year where Sony said that both Metal Gear Solid 3 and Silent Hill 2 would be 2024 games, but I don't think that MGS Delta Snake Eater would be a 2024 game. I think it looks more like a January to March game. I think it's gonna be early 2025. But yeah, we'll see. Likely it will be at TGS, maybe in the rumored state of play, which we're gonna talk in a little bit. But yeah, again, it looks great. Metal Gear Solid is one of my favorite games ever, and I like they went with the approach of getting everything as faithful as possible, because Kojima is not involved, and I would have had more faith to them remaking everything with Kojima there. But yeah, I can't wait to play it, and yeah, we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think about all of the stuff that has been said about MGS Delta Snake Eater, and are you looking forward to it? Let me know in the comments below. So moving on, we now have a review roundup for Star Wars Outlaws. So it seems the game's good, but reviewers are all over the place with their opinions about the game. I've pulled some of the reviews here and I'm gonna go through them. We have from PSX Brazil with a 90 out of 100, and there's Bruno Enrique Vinadel saying that Outlaws is a fantastic adventure worthy of the Star Wars universe, competent in several areas and shaking up the Ubisoft open world formula for its games. Kaibe's adventure is fun and interesting from start to finish, filled with unique details of an incredible universe. So they like everything from the story. They think it's a story that from a fan to a non-fan will enjoy, and it has like captivating characters. That's what they said in the review. It has like a story on par with the stories from the movies or the universe of Star Wars, and it revitalizes the open world formula for Ubisoft. That's what PSX Brazil said. But then we have IGN with a 7 out of 10, and Tristan Ogilvy saying that Star Wars Outlaws is a fun intergalactic heist adventure with great exploration, but it's hindered by simple stealth, repetitive combat, and a few too many bugs at launch. So basically, like, what he liked the story, and he liked the whole like being an outlaw and trying to get favors from different syndicates and all of that, and also like how you use nicks, like helping you open stuff or attacking enemies, but like everything else, like it has stealth, but it gets boring and it's like very simple. And in terms of combat, it's not that outstanding either. And there was like a pretty annoying thing that he mentioned, like you could pick weapons, but you would drop them like every time. Like once the ammo for the weapon is depleted, you would drop the weapon. Once if you have a weapon and you attack an enemy like with melee, you would drop the weapon again. And even if you pick up like a sniper rifle and you climb to a vantage point to like snipe people, you would drop the sniper rifle. So yeah, there's a lot of things that didn't work for him. It also has a lot of bugs for at launch. Pretty much every Ubisoft game does. So yeah, it gets boring and repetitive in terms of like the moment to moment in stealth and combat. And moving to the next review, we have on the lower end Eurogamer with a 2 out of 5. Chris Tapsell said that Massive bravely peels away the many layers of Ubisoft open worldism in Star Wars Outlaws and is a fatal error. So here for Chris, it wasn't Ubisoft open world enough, and what he says is that removing all of the systems that make an Ubisoft open world makes them suffer, because like they are made in that nature. And also like the different pieces of the game, like they work fine, but they are not outstanding. Like he says that the stealth is not Arkham Asylum stealth. The systemic options of stealth are not similar to either Dishonored or Assassin's Creed. It also lacks like the linear polish of an Uncharted game, and the platforming is not outstanding like a Horizon or a Star Wars Jedi Survivor, at least in the context of an adventure game. So yeah, like the 3 different reviewers, 3 different scores, and 3 different ways of how they saw the game. I also pulled other reviews, including PlayStation Lifestyle gave it an 8 out of 10, and BGC gave it a 3 out of 5. So you can see it here, like with 5 reviewers, they have different ways of perceiving the game. Right now it sits at a 77 on both OpenCritic and Metacritic, which is not bad. It's a good game, but yeah, it has a lot that could have been improved. And well, on OpenCritic right now it has about 74 reviews, and on Metacritic it has 62. So it likely won't go anywhere. Like it's gonna be 77, but like it seems like it's a franchise that Ubisoft can expand in some ways if they get to make a sequel to that. But right now it's enjoyable, but it has like many issues that sadly they didn't fix before launch. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the reviews for Star Wars Outlaws, and are you looking forward to the game? It comes out this Friday on PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. I posted a poll on the community tab, and right now it has like 14 polls as of recording, 14 votes as of recording. Not many of you are looking forward to it. Like 64 are saying that you are not interested. 21% of you are waiting on a sale, and 14% have it pre-ordered or will be playing on day one. So honestly, like I'm not the biggest into Star Wars. I'm not that into Star Wars movies or anything. I do enjoy the games. Like I enjoyed Jedi Fallen Order. I still have to play Jedi Survivor. I think I'll play this, but like it doesn't make me like go like I need to play this. I'll probably play it later when they improve many of these issues that I've mentioned, and that's usually what I do with Ubisoft games nowadays. I think I'll probably play Assassin's Creed Shadows at launch, but I usually wait for them to fix all of the issues and even get all of the DLC in a single package. Like I've been starting Valhalla recently, and I usually play them like that, like a couple of years after, like to get to play like the best version of it. So yeah, moving on. We have additional information about PS5 Pro. We were talking about PS5 Pro yesterday, and how it was an open secret at Gamescom. Like basically developers were saying that to like people from media that the device is coming, and that was from many developers on different like interviews and all of that. And some of them even delayed their games to get to be around the release of PS5 Pro. So now we have reliable insider Jeff Grubb, who was talking about PS5 Pro in the most recent Game Mess Mornings podcast. So what he said is, and I quote, "The last I heard, this thing is still coming out this year, and then more recently what I've heard is there's probably going to be a state of play, a Sony state of play, not a showcase, a state of play by the end of September." He doesn't know if the PS5 Pro will be at this state of play, but he believes that we are like 2 months away from this possible November release window. He believes that it would be logical for them to announce it there, but it could also have its own event, as at least that's probably from what we know of how they did the PS4 Pro reveal. But yeah, and in terms of pricing, he also said that in terms of pricing, Sony could go like either match the recent Xbox Series X 2TB console and going at $599, and that way like you would be able to get an improved console for the same price, and that would put Microsoft in a different position. But he also said that maybe Sony could try to go with as far as they could get away with it, and price the console like at $699. I think $699 would be too high. I think $599 would be like the sweet spot for PS5 Pro, 100 more than the disc version for the original console. And maybe we have, I guess we should have like different oh no, it should be one SKU, because they now sell the disc as a separate add-on, so they are not going to go with a disc and discless version. They are probably gonna sell you the digital, and if you want to get the disc, you buy the accessory. So $599, I don't know. I think I think $599 would be fine for the digital one. I was thinking that maybe they would, if they were going with the 2 SKUs, it would be like $499 with the digital version for the PS5 Pro, and $599 with the bundle one that has the accessory that has the disc. So yeah, I think $599 would be great if you get the one with the accessory, and yeah, we'll see with the price. Let me know what you guys think the price for the PS5 Pro should be. So again, Tokyo Game Show is out. Tokyo Game Show starts on September 26 to 29, and Sony has been known for doing a September state of play like a week before. So my bet is, as I was saying in the previous episode, is September 19. And yeah, I think they will reveal this PS5 Pro at that state of play. They have been changing how state of plays work, and maybe I don't know if they are trying to like discontinue the showcase branding, because it's kind of confusing, and you have, for example, you have Nintendo doing only the Nintendo Directs, and they also have like the Indie World which is only for indies. But it seems like Sony is going with everything now as a state of play, and maybe in that way we would get an announcement there. Now we had the showcase last year, so who knows, maybe they go with a showcase or state of play, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about the PS5 Pro. Do you think we are getting it at a state of play? Will it be a separate event? What do you think Sony will go with the price for the console? Again, it's been an open secret. We know everything. We know almost everything about it. We only need Sony to start talking about it and telling us how it looks, and the price and the release date. So moving on, we also have some news about Lies of P, or its sequel, and it seems that NeoWiz could go open world with the sequel. Now, we had the original last year that it drew from Bloodborne, and the sign was like it was not open world, it was this same open hub style of the sign. So now it could transition to an open world, and this is from job posting at the studio. So yeah, so they are looking for different positions, including the field level designer, and in the preferred qualifications they are asking for someone with extensive experience playing open world games. They also are looking for a content planner who should have experience in developing like open world elements. And besides that, they are also looking to transition the game from Unreal Engine 4 to 5. Like, they are also looking for people who have experience with Unreal Engine 5. So again, I've always said that these kind of job postings usually don't mean much, because like maybe they are looking for a broad profile that covers these qualifications, and maybe they have other projects that they will try to develop as well. And also, like, with how games change from time to time, maybe they are trying to look at it as an open world, it won't work, and they would go back to like the original design. So yeah, we'll see, but at least that's the rumor that is right now, that maybe they are looking at sequel for Lies of P with as an open world game. So let me know what you guys think about Lies of P. Did you enjoy the original? What do you think about its sequel probably being an open world game? So let me know about that in the comments below. And now, with new games out today, we have several new games and updates. In terms of new releases, we have Gory Cuddly Carnage, which is like Stray plus Devil May Cry. It has this cyberpunk sort of city, and you control a cat, and this cat has an hoverboard, and you can go doing combos to different like unicorns, spilling blood and all of that. It's a kind of a weird game. It's coming to all platforms: PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Nintendo Switch, and PC. We also have some indies in Core Keeper, coming for all platforms as well. Crypt Custodian is also coming for all platforms. Risk of Rain 2 is coming to PS5 and Xbox Series. The game was already on PS4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PC. It's also getting a new DLC with Seekers of the Storm, and that is coming for all platforms. Smite 2 is getting a closed alpha for PS5, Xbox Series, and PC, and it's starting today. And we also have two more updates in Dead by Daylight, which is getting its next chapter and its theme around Castlevania. It's coming for all platforms. And Crusader Kings 3 has a new update for PS5 and Xbox Series, and a new DLC called Friends and Foes. So that's what we have out for today. I also posted the full list of new releases on the community tab, so you can also check that out there. And yeah, let me know if you guys are looking forward to any new games either today or this week. And yeah, that's everything that I have for you on today's PlayStation news. Let me know what you guys think about everything that we talk about it here today regarding the Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater remake. Do you like that they are keeping it faithful to the original? Would you have preferred them to try add or change things? What do you think about the reviews for Star Wars Outlaws, and are you looking forward to playing it? And regarding Lies of P, do you think it would be better? It would be better as an open world. And when do you think are we getting PS5 Pro, the PS5 Pro announcement? And when do you think it's gonna be released? Are you looking forward to it? So yeah, let me know about all of that, and remember that all the sources for these stories, you can find them in the description below. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.